Hi, Brian.
Hey, Meg.
Guess what day it is?
Today is Wednesday, Fishbowl Wednesday.
Fishbowl Wednesday.
Probably shouldn't say the day because sometimes by the time the video gets out, it's not Wednesday anymore.
Yeah, so we're gonna say
It's Fishbowl Day.
we're gonna say hi, Brian.
Hi, Meg.
It's Fishbowl Day.
It's Fishbowl.
Okay, so we got a couple of questions for you. So the market keeps getting a little different every day. Some
Yeah.
days the mortgage rates are high, some's low. So much going on in
Crazy.
the world.
Yeah.
So is it still hot for sellers to sell?
Oh yeah, so far so good. It's been a extremely strong seller's market for 12, 18 months now, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably the strongest real estate market for a seller that's ever existed, certainly here in the state of Florida, I would imagine, in South Florida specifically. I don't think you've ever seen a better time to sell a house right now. Of course, the challenge is it is as easy as it is and good as it is to sell a house, it is commensurately harder to buy a house.
It is.
So that's a bit of a challenge, and I think that's also part of the reason why our inventory is still sort of dwindling, although it's probably creeping up on us a little bit. But a lot of people would love to sell, take advantage of that, or want to sell because they have other reasons, but they can't or they won't because of the challenge of buying.
Now, do you find that the sellers are overselling their house, like the price is way too much, or do people kind of, the realistic prices are really out there? This is what the market can hold that price at, what they're at.
Well, whether or not the market can hold the price, who the heck knows? These prices are getting awfully big. But what was the first part of your question? I forgot.
Can this market hold the prices it's going? I mean, it keeps going up and up and up for prices, and people keep buying if they can afford it. So will it continue that, or will we level out with the pricing and then buyers will have an opportunity?
Who knows? I would. This has been somewhat of a parabolic move. We had for basically since 2012, our market's been going up. So we've already experienced some really, really nice appreciation in the real estate market. But then all of a sudden, right after COVID, right around, probably the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021, we started to shoot up like this.
Yes.
And I'm not to say that I'm an expert, but at some point, when you start going straight up in prices, you're going to turn and come back the other way.
Correct.
When, where, how that's going to happen is hard to say. However, there happens to be a Fed meeting going on right now to determine the final statement on whether or not they're going to be increasing interest rates today. And I'm under the impression that announcement's going to be coming out today. Again, I guess I'm telling everybody what day it is, but that's Wednesday. and so it's the 16th of March. And so today we're going to find out, because those interest rates, remember, they've been essentially pretty much at zero for like 11 or 12 years.
Correct.
And a lot of people talk about the strength of the real estate market, but they forget to mention the fact that that's unprecedented. It's never happened. And, this has been on the back of free money for the financial system. So we'll see how that affects things. I don't know.
So are there any special tips that you can give our buyers that are out there, that we know we have challenges of our own for our own buyers, that we're in there basically in the trenches with them going, okay, we're trying hard. We do win.
But there's a couple quick things I'll say. Number one is you can't give up.
Right.
Even if you're a super strong buyer, no guarantee you're going to get a property. We just had a house that we just put under contract a day or two ago, and we had 6, 7, 8 off, whatever it was. I don't remember exactly. And then, everybody thinks that they're cash, that all of a sudden that puts them in the front. Well, it just puts you in the top half, because there was 3 or 4 cash offers on the table. And then one offer came in and just blew them all out of the water.
Right.
And the other offers were quite good. They were really good.
They were. It was a very strong.
And then the one that came in was just preposterous. And so ludicrous speed, like from Spaceballs, that took it, right?
Yes.
It was ludicrous, Meg. It was ludicrous. So in other words, the only thing is, don't give up. You might not win them all. You're probably not going to win them all. Even a good buyer, you go through 2, 3, 4 offers on different properties before you win. And if you're not willing to do that, you're probably not going to play the game in this market. But if you are willing to do that, you can win. And if you have a good realtor representing you that knows how to structure it, knows how to go through the process correctly and everything else, you're more likely to win.
Correct. And please remind us, always have your pre-approval ready to go.
Yeah, well, we could talk about more, but I'll just talk about that for a second, because the thing is, it's also being able to move quickly. Because the reality of it is, that just a small example, that one property we happened to sell just a day or two ago, we were on the market for a day or two before we got this litany of offers. And so if you waited till day 3, the house is already sold. Mm-hmm. So you have to come in early and quick. And if you don't have your ducks in a row, if you don't have your pre-approval or your proof of funds from your bank about your down payment or your cash that you're paying, then they won't look at your offer and you've already lost.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that leads us into another discussion topic. We've been getting a lot of escalation clauses. Can you explain what that is, and is that something that should be used?
So an escalation clause basically is where you're saying, okay, I'm willing to pay. So I'll make you an offer of $400,000 on your house, okay? But I'm also saying that I'm willing to increase my offer up to $420,000 plus $1,000 above and beyond any offer that you receive. So in other words, I explained that very poorly. But so I'm offering $400,000. If you get an offer of $410,000, my escalation clause says I will automatically pay $411,000. I will automatically beat that offer by $1,000 or any amount you choose, but that's a common thing, up to a maximum of $420,000. So that's what an escalation clause is. And now the challenge is those were kind of cute a year or two ago when the market really started to take that parabolic turn upwards. Yet, because at that time it was a way to differentiate yourself, people didn't really realize the environment they were in. They didn't really realize how strong of an offer you had to make to win. And so they would, it used to be, a house at $400,000. You'd say, yeah, what the heck? We'll come in at $390,000, and then we'll negotiate a little bit. That's how real estate works commonly.
Right.
And you didn't, that flew right out the window a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. You come in low, your offer doesn't even get looked at; it goes right in the trash.
Right.
So then they got cute with the escalation clauses, and they said, oh, well, we're only willing to pay $4,000, but we'd be willing to pay more if you could prove that you have other buyers willing to pay more. Well, the problem is, if I already have a buyer willing to pay more, why am I going to bother with you and your escalation clause? I already have a buyer willing to pay more. I don't need to go back to you, go through this complex process. And anyway, so I don't want to get into that too much, but I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. It explains why some people, for an advantage, it is an advantage using it if you use it correctly.
Yeah, it can be. However, here's the thing, okay? So, I get I just post on Facebook about escalation clauses just to be funny.
Oh, okay.
But I get a lot of offers that have escalation clauses, and it's not uncommon that they lose. And the reason they lose is because they're kind of timid. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to put the offer at $4,000, and I'm willing to say I might be willing to go higher under certain circumstances. Well, the problem is the buyer that's willing to come in at $425,000 and doesn't even worry about an escalation clause, they blow you out of the water. Mm-hmm. You lose.
Right.
Or even, by the way, a buyer that comes in at $415,000 or $418,000 or $419,000, I don't know, maybe a seller doesn't want to bother going back to you and figuring out this escalation clause. Maybe they like that buyer better. Maybe that buyer's got a little bit more escrow, and maybe you just get forgotten. Or even if you are one of the better offers, why wouldn't I just go back to you and say, well, you said you'd be willing to pay up to $420,000. I'll tell you what, if you pay $420,000, I'll take your offer. So I think it's a little self-defeating in this market. The advice that I'm giving to my buyers, to give you a little insight as to some of our strategy, is don't leave any money on the table. If you want that house and you're willing to pay X, in this example, $420,000, make your offer at $420,000. As a matter of fact, make your offer at $425,000, because that's probably what's going to win.
Right.
And if you try to play, then you'll probably lose.
Yes.
Because you can't play games. This market is not it for a buyer.
Right.
We're serious about winning, and we win. And the way that we win is we don't play games.
That's right.
We come in hard and strong, and if you leave anything on the table, it's very likely you're going to lose to somebody who did not leave anything on the table.
That's true.
So.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. So we have a giveaway coming up for the month of the end of March to Texas de Brazil.
Yes, Texas de Brazil. So you got to go to our Facebook page, Perry Home Solutions, and check out our little post, because we all went there and we were going to do a video, but we stuffed ourselves rotten with steak.
It was so good.
And drinks and everything, so we couldn't even get to the video, but we took some nice pictures, and it was amazing. And it's a Brazilian rodizio where they have gorgeous meat, like amazing, different types of meat and chicken and stuff like that.
I noticed it was some pieces of meat I've never heard of before.
Yeah, and then really but also like really nice steak, and then even like nice chicken, like marinated, and it's all grilled, and they bring it out on these skewers and just kind of chop it off for you and give you exactly what you want. It's just never ending. It just keeps coming. It's amazing. And so we love that kind of stuff, and so we're giving away a dinner for two, basically, awesome. for Texas de Brazil. And anyway, go to our Facebook page, Perry Home Solutions, to see the rules. Basically, you have to go to our page, you have to like it, you have to share it. It doesn't cost you anything. Take you about 5 seconds to do the things that you need to do to register for it, and you can win a really fabulous dinner. So.
Yeah, and this is just the first of many things we do for our clients.
Yep, we give away stuff all the time. We give away boat excursions. We're working on a couple little juicy ones that we can't tell just yet, but we got some. We do giveaways all the time. We've given away 100 pizzas, 100 pies. We just did a shredding event where I bought everybody drinks. And then these are just our monthly things where we just like to do something nice for the community. And we like to promote our Facebook page, and so please go visit it. We have a lot of cool stuff on there, and we would like you to participate.
Excellent. All right, so final question is from Mr. Daniels.
Yes,
He
Mr.
would like
Daniels.
to know, what is your guilty pleasure cereal?
Guilty pleasure cereal. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is...
I actually, I have to tell you, like, I used to be a huge cereal fan. Like, when I was a kid, I would love Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, Captain Crunch. Those are probably my 3 favorites, but I also am a big fan of Reese's Puffs.
Oh boy.
Reese's Puffs are delicious. I don't eat any of these now, basically, but now Julie has me on some bizarre cereal business that, is not appetizing, so I'm not going to tell about it in this video. But, and then, so it was Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Krispies was also delicious. Have you ever had Reese's Puffs?
No.
Oh, fantastic. Do you like Reese's?
I do.
Phenomenal. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup in cereal form.
Yeah, I can't eat that
It's
anymore.
fantastic. It's fantastic. I'm just telling you. And my kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, that's a big one in our house.
Which
yeah.
is pretty good. I never really ate that when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
they like it.
Yeah.
So I buy that. They eat that. I don't really eat it, but they like it. And so, I'll have a bite here and there. Yeah, so.
All right.
I don't know. The favorite of all those, I don't know. They're all pretty darn good.
Well,
They're all
we'll
pretty
go
darn
with
good.
the Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, I
think
have
that
to lean
sounds
towards the
like
Puffs.
Your
Reese's Puffs,
favorite.
man. Those are good.
All right. Well, that's it.
Wait,
for
one
today.
last thing.
Yes.
Sorry. Our VIP program. So just to remind everybody what that is, every quarter we thank everybody that gave us referrals, and that list is building and building and building. I think we have more referrals this quarter than we've ever had, and the quarter is ending in a couple of weeks. So we're going to be sending out to all of the fabulous people that sent us referrals a really cool special thing that we're going to do for them.
Nice.
And so anyway, we love everybody. We do giveaways. We give stuff to people all the time. We do stuff for charity on behalf of our people and ourselves. And so we want everybody to know that. But these, we do something a little extra special for people that give us referrals because we love helping people that you know. So just so you know of anybody that we can help, please let us know. And we would love to include you in our VIP program. It's getting like bigger and bigger. So we're getting really excited and we got some really cool things. Last time I took them out to
the steakhouse, Abe and Louis.
Abe and Louis Steakhouse in Boca, which is an amazing, amazing place. We had this beautiful big dinner and everything. And I might do something like that again, but we have some cool things planned. And anyway, I'll keep everybody posted. But
All right.
our VIP program, be sure to keep it in
Okay.
mind.
Well, we'll see you next week.
Bye, Meg. Thank you.
Bye.